watching in, Sam.
I'm not gonna stop my. I'm gonna start my stream because of something like that.
Well, I have to find your. Actually, what am I doing? I have your fucking thing saved. There we go.
Hey, hell.
Hey, Oz.
Hello.
Now we just wait on Kayla.
Right here. There we go. It's fine. I was just like I said, it's one of those things of I completely forgot to let everyone know. I thought I did. So that's on me. You're fine. That's true. Alright, I want to make sure everyone's audio is okay, but I have to pull up Discord for that, and I don't want to put that go live quite yet. Actually, I can do it here. There we go. L talk.
Yeah. Huh?
Okay. On my end, audio-wise, you sound good. According to stream. I need everyone to go one at a time. So, L, you did yours. Either Rune or Dark, if you can do that.
Boo.
Okay. And either... Okay. Rune's ever so slightly quiet compared to everyone else. It's okay. I can turn you up a little bit.
Can everyone's name who is
It should
Michael
be
please
OneDrive.
put their hands up? Thank you.
What was
now
that, Steve?
the mic check.
You shared the OneDrive thing.
Did I do it wrong?
I was just wondering why it sent through OneDrive and not OneNote.
I mean, for you, it did the same thing. And then I had to load up OneNote, and then it would, it showed you as well.
Okay, so I have that. T, you should be okay audio-wise.
Ah!
Yeah, you're fine. The only person I need to get figured out before session starts is Kayla now. The reason I say that is because I went back through and audio was a fucking shitfest. Yeah. I mean, it happens. It's true though. Sometimes if you just keep it simple, stupid, you're better off.
Yeah, second year it would be Kiss with one S. Just keep it simple. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Third year I'd learn my lesson. So.
Also, hello, stream. How you guys doing? I'm just deafening and everything to let you guys know. Hi. I'm here. I'm live. How you guys doing? You know what?
I can hear him through your side.
Don't you cringe me, you cringe lord.
I can hear him through your side, D. I'm like over here chuckling to myself.
The streamer accent.
What's up, guys? It's me. Southern Canuck. Today on this stream, we're gonna be doing Cyberpunk. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not starting that shit.
Brony thing that I've been seeing lately.
I am not
The
starting
brony
that
Magic
accent up.
Gathering thing.
No.
Please do not. Please don't.
Fuck that.
Today, we're going to be investigating the murder of Yellow Eyes.
Don't. You're making me cringe harder than I was already. Also- Yeah, you have to add the air horn at the end of it too. I'm turning the picture on.
That's fine.
Is it air horn?
No,
Yeah.
don't air horn. God damn it. Blow out everyone's fucking ears in the stream.
Oh, we are. We've got free reign to use our
Who had
soundboard.
the same thought process
We're
I
not.
did?
No, we're not soundboarding.
Just gotta wait.
But I have so many of them.
This is the shit that happens when someone's late. I hate you all because I have some. I actually really like this music that's going on.
He's pulling his cock out!
I have not even done the soundboard. I was going to, and then someone took it over from me.
Mm.
I know who did it.
I think I did.
I got two suspects in mind.
Oh no, I think I know who did it too. Because they're faster than me on this.
I know exactly who's doing it. Because I can hear
The
when
crickets
she
confirm it.
clicks, and then I can then hear the other audio that happens.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
And I know some of the noise clips that Elle has.
Yeah.
Your father and your father in the night. Fuck, fuck, fuck.
Ow.
Yeah, some of them are louder than others.
Coy, this was all because of what you said about an
It's a soundboard.
I witnessed one
Soundboard, you
from
say?
yours, Tori.
What? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
from
that's my
Tuesday.
brother's. My brother put that one in.
My ear holes are being assaulted.
See,
You
nope,
can
no
load up the
new
stream
updates for any
PC.
of my games. Sit down.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I feel so bad for all of the viewers right now.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold up.
Huh?
The viewers
I didn't
absolutely
know
just
you
got their ears assaulted. Jeez.
Okay, our viewers don't need ears.
Ay, ay, ay.
Viewers don't need to do this, they just need to be able to watch.
That's all they need.
There we go.
Aw.
Yeah, screw it. I'll play our crap while we wait.
Yeah, what?
Actually, no, it hasn't even been a week yet. Never mind.
Nope.
Talking to myself.
It's in week. Yeah.
I know.
See, this is your problem. You don't wear headphones.
I know.
Don't wear headphones. You guys are quite literally coming out of my phone.
That's why there's a little bit of an echo. But that doesn't bother me.
And somebody in the chat was like, "Well, I'm wearing headphones, you heathens." Like, there's your problem.
No,
It's
I know.
probably,
That's
was
probably
it more
the problem.
Blanc?
I don't know. Melanara?
Oh yeah, that's Bella.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Bella. This is what happens when you have freaks for friends. But a freak for a wife too.
I was about to say something, but it'd been inappropriate.
No, TOS. Behave
I know,
yourself.
that's why I didn't say it.
Terms of service.
That's behind
No.
closed doors.
No, I get that. Electricity can be fucking loud. Especially when it's in a fan that goes ee, 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 ee.
That's
My
just because
favorite one
the fan's old as
is the
fuck.
vibrate sound. Because Teeny's always got her phone vibrating, I'm like,
No. No.
But
That's
it's to the
mine.
point now where I do it kind of like subconsciously, where I'm just sitting by myself. I'm like, I'll gaslight myself into thinking my own phone's vibrating.
Gaslighting yourself is a unique skill.
Kayla did just let me know that she's not going to be joining tonight. She has a debate to prepare for tomorrow.
Fun.
Do it again. It tickles my brain. Or does it? Brr, 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 brr.
Alright, time to yeet Kayla's character off the map. She went to go do some, fix her shit.
Just gonna get yeeted into the void.
Hey, yeet!
I am throwing Elle's character a little closer for everyone. There we go.
Ew, I don't want to be close to him.
Well,
I thought I was already close.
I was talking about on the stream.
Okay. No, put me to the side.
You guys are sitting above, right next to me. Well, this way. This way.
Can you put me a little bit higher, just like a couple of megapixels higher than everyone
I can't.
else?
Everyone's literally on the edge.
Thank you.
So, where were we?
We had just gotten done with the fight, and we were, I believe, Vin was getting ready to talk to the escapee.
Yes.
The escapee or the person that was being targeted?
Person that was being targeted.
Ow.
The escapee of the situation, because only one Militech soldier got away, and he successfully escaped.
Sorry, I just had to yank a hangnail.
Ew.
It hurt like a bitch.
You know I have a nail kit, right?
Yeah, I know. But you're on the other side of the wall right now.
Okay.
It's a paper-thin wall.
Alright. So. We know that he has run over this way. I am just going to throw down a random token. Where is it? Where is it?
So
Where
I
is
think
it?
Ven is the only one that's like side by side with him at the moment.
Actually, this works. He's about there. Don't pay attention to the name that's on him.
I can't even see it with the way the shadows are.
Ooh.
Roger Stout.
Yeah, that's not his name. he didn't need to have a character sheet, but I wanted to make sure everyone knew kind of where everything was.
Name was Jonathan something.
Jonathan Watley.
So, we start with the market. Actually, I need to double check and grab the book up and my other sheet, because I still have to roll for something later tonight. Alright, where are we? There we are.
Nuclear rain.
Alright,
Going him.
so what are you asking him? What are you doing? We're sitting inside the market with a couple dead bodies all over the place. Militech has pretty much been stopped at the moment.
The one guy just went, oh hell no.
One,
Ben was just going to say that that she would offer. She'd be like, okay, now that that's handled, how about we go someplace where we can actually sit down and talk?
he's like, oh, thank you for dealing with them. They've been on my ass all week.
No worries, but hopefully you can return the favor by answering some questions for me. For us, I should say.
Of course. And he looks around, kind of waiting for everyone else to group back up.
Paused.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I don't want to crowd him, so I'll.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, he's waiting for everyone to kind of group back up, and he goes, well, we can meet at Tom's Diner. It's not far from here. He goes, you guys know the place, right? Or do you want to walk with me?
I'll walk with.
Ultimately, if Militech has eyes on you, you might as well walk with some people, just to have basically protection in case if someone else decides to come out of the woodwork.
All right. So he kind of sputters off and walks towards, like, just down the street. Yes.
Ben's gonna follow.
Ignis is also gonna follow.
So I have to just find the map again, because I'm stupid and didn't lay everything out like I needed to before.
Did you ever get a hold of the notes, T?
It's fine. We don't need to get that, actually. So we can just go back to this spot. So, you guys walk towards a big kind of, it's not massive, but it's like a nice corner, like, style bar, like not really a bar, but it's like a, kind of like a 50s diner. Has like a bar, stools and shit that sits there, but nobody ever really orders beer. It's like malts and milkshakes and all that type of crap.
Okay.
And he plops himself down in one of the big booths in the corner.
Ben's gonna go sit across from him on the other side of the booth.
I'll join as well.
Yeah, join the big booth.
So
I'll sit next to Roger.
next to Jonathan.
Is his name Roger?
Jonathan.
All right. So he's gonna sit down and be like, "Okay, so what exactly do you guys need again? I mean, why you guys looking for me?"
Long
We
story
want information. Simple as that.
you might have some, as Innes said, information that we are kind of looking for.
What type of information are you looking for?
I'm gonna go ahead and have my kind of voice stress kind of kick in at the moment, just to keep a gauge on him.
Okay.
But I'm gonna kind of mention, kind of low, say what truly happened with Yellow Eyes.
He stops. Kind of goes quiet, and you realize he's not really wanting to talk about it. And he kind of starts fumbling with something in his pocket. And he goes, well,
Would maybe
all I know is he was killed. I don't know exactly how, but there's a lot of other things. Your voice stress analyzer and everything would notice that he's very, very nervous. You instantly recognize he is a super nervous person right now.
Can I try to wave down one of the servers?
Yeah.
And I offer, I then will look over to Jonathan and be like, "Would a cup of coffee help ease your nerves a little?"
Yeah, that might help. And he
Then
looks
Ven's
up.
gonna
He looks up at the waitress, and she goes, "Oh, sweetheart, I got you. Don't worry about it."
Then we'll give us and nod.
And she looks at the rest of you and goes, "Do you want anything?"
Take a malt.
One malt, one coffee. Anything else?
I'll take a malt. And you guys got any food?
We got some. Well, the best we can get is maybe some pre-pack, but at the moment we just got some burger flavored kibble. What else do we have in? Let me double check. She pulls out a little agent from behind her back and goes, "All right, we have burger flavor, fry flavor, we have curry flavor. That's a new one."
I'll take some curry flavor.
Make that two.
Just 2 curry flavors. Okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I've eaten my kibble for today.
He goes, okay. I'll be back with all that in a little bit, okay? And she spins around and roller skates off.
Ven's gonna turn back and look at Jonathan and be like, "Look, if we wanted to hurt you, we very well could have hurt you back then. We're not here to hurt. We're just here to gather information."
Roll persuasion. Do you want me to roll it for you, or?
Please.
All right. Persuasion. That is in social skills, right? Yes, persuasion. Any luck?
Oh. No, I'm not going to start off luck.
That's another thing. Everyone remember, bring your luck back up to max if you've used it.
Yeah, roger that.
Okay. Sorry, Venti, what were you saying?
I said don't pull up any luck.
No, I was saying, like, what are you saying to him? Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain thing.
I was asking, I was saying that, like, listen, we're not gonna hurt you. We could have hurt you back then if we were gonna hurt you. All we want is just a little bit of information.
Okay, so what exactly are you guys looking for then?
We've been told that you might have a lead on how Yellow Eyes really was killed.
I have a couple contacts that know of him supposedly meeting with some people from out of town. and he also had a couple meetings that apparently he beamed himself, not beamed, but projected himself onto some sort of space station or something. But other than that, I don't really have too much. I was just the person that kind of dealt with his backups.
You dumped his backups?
That I may have actually dumped his backup. And that way,
And you created duplicates of these?
he goes, no, I just dumped him, and it essentially I was just making sure he couldn't come back.
Basically eliminated the possibility of returning.
No, I'm
Why
just
would you
asking
do
if you
such a
created
thing?
a duplicate of them before I did so. You weren't interested in any of the duplicates?
Not at all. I could care less. I
Okay.
was just getting paid.
Yeah, but you
I
could
have
have been paid
family and
more.
kids.
All right, man.
I just want to make a living for my kids, and it's getting harder nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
And he
Do
states,
you remember the location of where you worked?
hold on. Yeah, he states that he used to work kind of up in the, where was that? What would it be? Kind of on the edge of the edge of Pacifica into Haywood area.
Corey, I have a question.
What?
Would it be possible for Ignis just to have like an actual somewhat paper map of the place?
I mean,
of all of Night City?
you would all have a map, which
He
yeah,
doesn't
we don't
have access to that. Hold on.
I want to say, do you have an email? I'm assuming
Me?
you do.
Here, I can put the map of Night City up real quick in the
Okay.
game info.
Make sure it's the
I'll still go ahead
2045
and
one.
I'll go ahead and still send you my email, of course, that way you can do that. Or you can always just DM me shit.
I was gonna say, okay, because you can send it to T because she's the one that created the cheat sheets. We still have to change up some stuff on that anyways.
Oh, it's not letting me post it. That's rude.
She is not on my phone, quit having a stroke.
Ven's gonna lean in and basically say, how much were you getting paid for these jobs?
He kind of stops and looks at you and kind of goes, which ones? The ones that dealt with him or some of the other stuff?
The ones that dealt with him.
Let's just say I was always wired at least 3,000 to 4,000 eddies pretty much almost every day.
Not bad.
Per day? Yeah.
And do you know where these were coming from? Do you know the person that was sending you this money?
He goes, I've never actually met the person that was giving me the money, but all I know is a bank account number.
Is there any chance you can pass on that bank account number to me?
He goes, one second. And he pulls his agent out, and you see him slide some sort of chip into the side of it. And he taps away and then flips it out and pulls the chip out and kind of sets it in front of him. He goes, that's the information. That's the whole bank account and everything.
Okay.
Do what?
So the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the people sending you messages, how did you receive these?
Well, most of them were through unknown numbers. One of them was from some sort of, like, I think it was a Russian number. It could have been German, honestly. I'm not sure. He goes, it's been a while since I've dealt with them, but I'm pretty sure it was a German number.
Okay.
Okay, could be important.
I'm gonna take the chip and pocket it safely into my own pocket.
Okay.
And Ignis is just going to take out the map and mark the rough general location to make sure that it's not forgotten.
Yeah, it's so when you look at the map, it's in the weird kind of joint, like there's a bridge that goes just south of the Glen. And it's more in Haywood than it is Pacifica, but it's right on the edge of that, like the edge of that bridge area.
Okay.
So he goes, I can still search around if one of you wants to give me your number. I can, I can always just ping you the information I know as I'm learning it.
Ignis is just going to slide him his number and Ven's number.
Yeah, Ben was gonna do.
It's always good to be in contact with a doctor and a media.
He takes them and he goes, okay, sweet, that'll help. All I know is from what I've heard when it came to who he was supposed to be meeting that night, at least there was there was a female and another male. He seemed kind of like a big bulky dude, but not really too much other than that. He was supposed to meet them, and then there was another schedule supposedly that he was supposed to meet with some sort of Asian broker or something.
Beefy dude, do you have any cybernetics on
I
him?
don't really know. I've not seen him, but from what I've heard, he's kind of a solo type.
Okay.
Expect resistance.
Yes, but I don't even know where they are. They're the ones from out of town. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know exactly how that happened, so.
Okay. Ven's gonna give him a nod and say that, and like kind of be like show appreciation for the time he's given them,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just be waiting for the food and coffee to arrive.
Right. Yeah, at this point, she has rolled back on her feet skates and has dropped off everything. And she goes, you guys don't have to worry about paying. It's fine. And rolls back off.
I would have ordered the chicken nuggets if I'd known.
Before she rolls away, I'm gonna give her Yuri's signature seductive smirk and give her a little wink. And after she rolls away, I'm just be like, I think she likes me.
Doubt. She seems like the type that's already married.
That doesn't matter in my book.
Make her roll on the dating table. Make her roll.
No, roll your charismatic impact.
1.
One and then a -10, please.
And charismatic impact is your roll ability.
It's your roll ability.
Oh, where'd I...
It's in your roll tab.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Okay.
11.
Yeah. So she smiles at you and gives you a wink back, and
Damn it.
skates away, kind of sticking her butt out at you as she does it.
I think I'm getting a stiffy.
Might be the
Sorry,
youngest one in the
tense
group,
your
but at the
legs.
same time, I know how to get information.
Tense your legs and it'll go away.
I'm
So
pretty sure there's a bathroom nearby.
you have that.
Slap napkins in her hand as she goes past. There you go.
So you have that information now. He kind of takes his coffee and starts drinking it.
Then he's gonna start eating the cherry flavored kibble.
Ignis is gonna eat, but he's also going to keep like a general just like eye on Jonathan for whenever he's ready to get up and leave, so he can move.
All right. So as this is all going on, you also give me 1 second. I need to make sure the map thingy's there. Yep, we're on the 5th. So we're still in fall. It's 4. So it's going to be warm as the sun's starting to come up. You're going to get 21 Celsius or around 70.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it is going to be a clear day. There's not even a cloud in the sky.
Just a wee bit nipply.
Just a wee little bit.
So the sun starts to come up and Jonathan looks out the window and he goes, actually, this does remind me of something.
Oh, and what's that?
He goes, there was a story that I kept hearing about of some fairly big American dude that almost killed some sort of young kid down by the docks, what was it, a couple months ago. He was running with a group of like other edge runners. One was a med tech, one was a net runner, and what, the other one was some sort of lawman. Maybe you could get something out of the lawman. He goes, I know that from what I've heard, the lawman's been kind of looking into the stuff going on, and his sister doesn't want anything to do with it. She hates
Can you
that
names of
ass.
what they could be again?
Of which one?
What the group consisted of.
It was a med tech. It was a lawman,
a net runner, a
solo
runner,
and a rocker.
and a rocker.
Rocker. Solo.
I thought one was a fixer.
Nope.
No, we didn't have that in our last group.
Well, what's going on with the lawman again?
He stated that the lawman might have some sort of information, but he's not guaranteed. He's met him a couple times, only in a fight arena, but nothing really big.
See, the thing is,
What?
No.
What is it?
No. Because you already said about metagaming.
You can message it to me. It's fine.
No. I think I already know, but my character doesn't, so I'm not gonna say nothing.
But no, he states that there was 2 people in that group that he hasn't seen in a while, but from what he's heard, they've gone off to some sort of foreign country to do some jobs there, and he then has also heard that their net runner seem to be very, very antisocial as of recently. That she kind of kept to herself. But maybe the Netrunner could help you guys out by breaking into something, breaking into some sort of encrypted database if you needed it or something like that. But you'd have to be on good terms with her.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you for all this information.
And then as he's sitting there thinking about it, and he kind of like runs his hands through his hair, and he goes, "Well, there is also one thing. I don't know if it really means anything, but from what I know, Yellow Eyes used to do something down in like Santo Domingo where he was trying to help the kids get fresh water or something like that. But it seems like there was some sort of gang or something that came in and tried to start poisoning shit, and he just didn't want that to happen. But they managed to get it, managed to get better of him, and it seems like they might need some help." And he kind of goes like, "That's really all I know of. I know that he was attached to that and a couple other things, but nothing super major." That's basically all the information he's gonna sit and remember as he downs the last of his coffee.
And Ignis is just going to get up and move to the side so he can get out.
And he slides out and just goes, "All right, if I can remember anything else, I'll let you guys know."
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And he goes, "And by the way, you can keep that shard if you want."
Okay. I will make sure to keep good protection of it too, so no information gets leaked out.
There's no problem, and then he kind of walks off. He gets up and fully walks off and disappears into a big crowd of people that are coming out of a building.
Well, Ven's gonna like lean back and stretch, and she's like, "Looks like I gotta head back to my place, get some stuff down, figure out where this card's going to. We want to get anywhere with this."
I mean, it's up to you. You have a couple different. This is DM now. Just you have a couple different options that you can go into. You have what, 3 at least to look into. This is up to you.
I would say, just for the sake of simplicity, going and checking out the location first in case there's resistance.
Resistance. Which location?
The one that I have on the map. The place between Pacifica and Haywood.
Oh, the old one of the old bunker type things.
Yes.
And you certainly could. That's up to you guys. As a group.
Because we have that. We also have the gang poisoning the water with Yellow Eyes. Or we can go try to track down this Netrunner that Jonathan was talking about. Or even the lawman.
Yeah. Because we've still
I
got
feel like
we've
the
got our
woman has more
agents.
information.
Are we able to do a library search on if there's any news relating to any of those incidents?
You certainly
That might
can.
identify any.
I would like to join in on that.
I'll help out.
Wasp, add an extra 2 to your search when you do it.
Ooh.
I'm giving you that extra bonus.
Because I'm not going guns blazing.
It's mostly because of the thought of actually sitting there thinking and going, oh, well, shit, that might be a good idea.
I'll be honest, I can't. Oh, an agent, yeah, no problem. I found it.
You have your agent, which should automatically add into your thing.
Library search, isn't it?
Yeah.
Library
Can you
search.
hold it up for me too, Cole, please?
Yes.
Uh,
Should be in education, I believe. Yes.
yeah. Is that mine? No.
Nope.
Ooh.
Okay. So what exactly are you looking for per se?
I personally am looking for anything dealing with this lawman, like a name, special hangouts that he tends to go to, anything of that sort.
Okay. Wasp, what are you looking into? Exactly.
Probably the gang affiliations that were maybe identified, any gang signatures, names identified at the docks.
Okay, on top of that then, can you roll me a streetwise?
Streetwise. Okay.
But then you come up with a couple articles stating how a Max Dread was kicked off the force a couple months later.
No!
But he seemed to have a close tie to a bunch of the people inside the force still. And
Why
that
am I the one who rolled the highest?
he's also come up with with his own private eye business, saying, like, the slogan pops up and says, you want maximum security, maximum intelligence, then come to Max Dread.
More likely to kill you.
It also states, we are the law, we are the jury, we are the executioner.
Thank you for giving Max some dignity.
He truly enjoys.
So that's what you've gathered. You do know of him anyways, because he seems to share the last name with a well-known rocker boy of the name Mini Dread.
Rocker boys can also be girls.
Yeah, it's just a statement.
Yeah.
Do I recognize any of these names according to what I've come up with my article that I've been making based off the bomb?
You've at least put the Dread, both the twins, as possibly part of the group that fought to try and stop the bomb from going off in the middle of the city. You would also know, at least have heard of them from spending the night and hanging around Synth, because he has night terrors at times, remembering everything that's happened. So you've heard the names before, but you never put two and two together for it.
Gotcha.
Wasp, you recognize that the gang that would be kind of sitting in that area would be 6th Street.
6th Street. Okay.
Yes.
I'll let the rest of the group know that then.
Which, from what you know, from what you've also looked up, not just from what you looked up and your streetwise and all your time in the net and everything, you would know that 6th Street is a gang that was created by a bunch of veterans that wanted to try and protect that area of the city.
Okay, veterans like lawmen.
Yeah, veterans like ex-military.
Okay.
People you don't want to mess with unless you know you're better than them.
Hmm. Real quick, just the point of contention. When we're talking about protect, does it mean just keep outsiders out or keep crime
Or
down?
keep crime down, but from
Yeah.
some articles that you're seeing, they tend to lean a little bit more on the aggressive side when it comes to their stopping of things. Like they rather handle things with lead and guns than dealing with it by talking to them and pushing them out.
Yeah.
You know that seems to be kind of their stomping ground, but you would also know that there's a very small net runner gang that seems to not want people anywhere near that area. That being the Voodoo Boys, a Haitian gang that has come in to the city.
Hmm.
It's like, and from what you know of that gang, there's maybe 45, 50 members of it completely. Like, there's not a lot of members in that gang whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll relay that to the rest of the group.
So that is what you guys would know. Ignis, what exactly were you looking for when you looked it up? Like what you looked up?
I was looking up like increased medical needs, increased violence, and some of the areas that were mentioned.
So down in the area of Haywood or Santo Domingo, as it's known, you would see that there is a bunch of children that seem to have been dying, seem to be really, really, really hurt, you know, vomiting, you know, really bad stomach issues, all that type of stuff. And that is kind of what you've gathered from looking up some things like that. Other than that, uh, the only other area that might be of question is the area that uh Max, not Maxwood, but where at least has been said or believed, due to the fact that you guys have looked into both, you know, all of the names of the old crew, and you know that there's been some shootings, some stabbings, and possible uh you know, unsolicited advances and stuff like that towards females up in the Kabuki district, which would be more like Japantown.
All right then. I'd say if we head south and go towards Haywood and Pacifica, we can knock out two birds with one stone. Look into the poisonings and look into the bunkers.
What are you guys doing
I sent you a message, Core.
on?
Also, Elle's gonna be right back. They left for a minute. And they're back.
Sorry, are we waiting on me?
Oh, no.
No,
No. Okay.
just deciding on where to go, and I'm basically making the point of if we head down towards Haywood and Pacifica, we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good to me.
Definitely worth a shot.
2 stones with 1 bird. Yeah, I'll do that. You never thrown a bird at a rock before?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No,
No.
but I've paralyzed. No, but I know how to paralyze a guy with a rock.
So, where are you guys going?
Pacifica?
Yeah, so
I'd say Pacifica and
what
Haywood.
exactly are you guys doing first there?
You guys want to leave it up to a coin flip? Poisonings on heads, bunker on tails.
Uh, before we go, I think we should probably do a little more digging into who these guys are.
Well, I mean, we've got a long way to go.
Yeah, no, to be fair, yeah. We can make our way there. I
I
think
think
can
I
look
on
it
know
up
how we
along
can
the
do
way.
some digging.
But yeah, we should at least look up who these people are. Because
I
they're
don't
obviously
think we need to look them up.
Yeah.
Can I send a message to Synth asking if he has time for us to talk to him?
I mean, you can certainly message him.
Yeah,
No one
I'm sending him a
no.
message saying, "Hey, you got some time to talk?"
He goes, yeah. What do you need?
Where should we have Synth meet us?
We can meet him at the afterlife. Go visit the Dami mommy.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be quite allowed in there yet, but I can definitely try.
Oh,
If no-
you're old enough. You're old enough to shoot a gun.
Yes.
You can drink.
Wait, is there still the 21 rule in America in 2077?
Pretty much. Like it's more a rule, but Night City is its own country, and they don't give a shit.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
Pretty much from what I understand about Night City is that most places would prefer you to be 21, but if you have like some form of name, they're not going to give a shit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's essentially, if you have a somewhat of a name to you, they don't care.
Ben's gonna text Synth and say, "Meet us at the afterlife."
I was, all right, no problem.
You're gonna slide her phone back into her pocket and be like, "Oh, Synth's waiting for us there."
Let's go.
That's a move then. And Ignis is just going to slam back his malt, get a brain freeze, and just be very much obviously in pain for the whole walk there.
I'm gonna point and laugh.
Ben's just
Coward,
gonna pinch the
follow
bridge of her-
follow my lead and do it.
Ben's just gonna pinch the bridge of her nose and shake her head.
I dare all of you to get a malt and throw it back.
Why'd you
Where
throw
is
it
it?
back? Is my
Actually, you don't
question.
need
Why
that.
are you dumbass? You could just
Why
taken it
is
and walk.
it
I'll throw my back, have no reaction, be like, like, what's good, bro?
So, how are you guys getting to the afterlife? Are you walking?
I figured I'd go and get a train ticket.
Okay,
Monorail, whatever it is.
give me 1 second on that, because there is actually a thing.
Just travel. I just say let's hire a cab or something.
At some point, I recommend we all get bicycles.
Oh god, Night City would be a nightmare to bike around in.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure you can do combat on a bicycle.
You can.
You can probably do combat on
You can.
anything.
Yeah.
Yes, but here's the issue. All it takes is for the driver to get a wild hair up their ass, and all of a sudden you're either a stain on the ground or in the water.
Mm. If you
You're being
got
thrown to the heaven.
a basket on the front of your bike, you can have one person shooting whilst you ride into combat.
Oh, that's right. So, to get a ticket for a cab or a month access to the regular cab network, it's 100 eddies.
It's not bad.
Does each person have to get one, or can one
Yes.
person have one for the group?
Everyone has to have one.
How much is a day
Ben-
pass?
What?
Like 5 eddies.
Ben probably would have already had one. Would have already probably invested into one because of how much he goes around.
You probably have been
But-
driven around by synth more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a day pass.
Do you want a day pass or a month pass?
I'll do a day pass for now.
I'll do a day
I'll get-
pass as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get a day pass. Depending on how well this gets paid, I might get me a vehicle.
Have fun with that.
Bicycle is the best vehicle you can afford.
You know what's funny about it?
I mean, I have my hoverboard.
It kind of is.
I know.
I
I'm
have
pretty
my
sure
hoverboard. It's just
you get
at
a
my
skateboard
legs.
as well.
Yeah, you could have a hoverboard. You can have all that shit. The hoverboards are a little expensive, but there's upgrade paths for them. Bikes also are really good because I do have a way of upgrading them, and you can give them essentially a cab that has bulletproof windows.
On a bike?
Yep. Yep.
God. What I'm imagining now is some sort of Walmart scooter that's like armored up.
That's essentially what it turns into.
Ben's gonna try to hire a cab for the afterlife.
So yeah, you stop it, and it's like, all right, where are you going?
The
That voice.
afterlife. Got enough
They-
room for 4?
They turn and look at you and go, well, aren't you a little young to be going to the afterlife?
She's
I
with
don't
me.
plan to drink.
They go, it's whatever. Come on, let's go. And you guys managed to get there probably within, what, another maybe 15, 20 minutes? Like, it's not too far from where you guys are, because it doesn't really have a full set home yet. And it kind of just moves around. And you guys managed to get out of the car, you pay, all that shit. And Synth is already sitting at the door next to the bouncer, just talking away. The bouncer definitely does, he seems to, like, be listening, but not really giving a shit.
I'm going to put my hand on my hip, strut up to the door, and be like, honey, I'm home.
Out of character, I'm looking at vehicle prices, and from what I'm reading, the bicycle is 100 eddies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's probably the easiest one for you to afford.
But there is a vehicle, there is a car that is only, where is it? Oh, I just saw the price. It was 4,000 eddies for a vehicle called the Bug.
Yeah, but how many people does it fit?
Be saving up a while for that.
Looks like, it's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, so 2 people.
From the looks of, yeah, only 2 people, but it'd be decent for getting around for at least me getting around.
Well, technically 3 because one person does fit in the boot.
Yeah, 3. One
It's-
driver, 2 passengers.
Anyways.
Well, one driver, one passenger, and one hostage.
Synth looks at you, Yuri, and kind of goes, "Oh God, you're back. All right, what do you need?" And you see his "all God, all right" kind of face is like just playful.
Can we
It's
at
like a
least
very
go inside and
playful,
talk?
like, "Come on, let's go."
Were you expecting us to not come back?
And he goes, "No, I just forgot how flamboyant Yuri is."
I'm gonna flip my hair all fabulously.
You mean your very short, curly hair?
Yes. I'm gonna flick my curls.
Well, how about we head on inside before we start discussing stuff, because we do have some information.
He goes, "Oh, well, let's come on. Come on." And
And I'm just gonna follow.
and the hustle that's sitting there, the bodyguard, just kind of motions you guys in.
Ben's gonna stick by Synth's side to like basically try to make it so that no one tries to get stop from going in.
You're going as you guys are walking in, you're gonna see Rogue walk up to Synth with her bright turquoise hair, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, like, I need you to do this, 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 this. Like, you need to do a little bit more around. You need to do a little bit more around the afterlife to actually be my second now. Like, people are starting to get pissed off."
I'm going to make the hand movement of like talking too much and just go nag, 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 nag.
No, because the last time I did that with Teeny, she got pissed off. She's thinking easier.
Rogue just gives you a side eye. She doesn't even fully acknowledge you. She just side eyes you. And Yuri, are you paying attention closely to Rogue right now?
Yeah.
Anyone that's paying close attention to Rogue would know she's not even looking at Synth. She's looking at Ven.
Ooh.
And it's not as much of a like, who are you, what are you doing? It's more of a almost like a motherly type of look.
I don't know if that's good or not.
Almost like an overprotective type of person look.
Okay.
Like, not in a abusive type of way, but like just a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, like looking at them the only way like a mother could love somebody. Like they're so ugly that
Yeah,
only
like,
a mother could love.
kind of
Yeah,
like that, but not really ugly.
No, you're ruining it.
But yeah,
I'm sorry.
you guys would all notice that particular look, and then Synth kind of goes, "All right," and then you see him kind of, you see him caress her face and walk off.
Weird thing to do, your mother, but okay.
It's not Synth that she's looking at that way.
Okay.
Oh, mommy.
Mother, let me caress thy cheeks. Not those.
Ben's gonna fall
Whoa.
off, not having taken realized Rogue.
Rogue's just gonna pass by and kind of keep looking back to make sure you're okay. Like, from what everyone can kind of notice.
You still got your normal corner booth, Synth?
He goes, "Yep, and I got an upgrade."
Ooh, an upgrade.
He goes, "Yeah."
What mommy do this time?
He goes, "Yeah, come on in, you'll see." And he walks over, and you see a door open up to the booth. And him just walk in and plop himself down as if he fucking owns the entire building.
Oh, and you got the vibrating chairs as well. Nice.
Yeah, you see some nice vibrating, like, this thing is plush. Like, it is almost looks like a CEO of a corporation owns this room.
Oh, damn.
Like, it's that nice.
Ken's gonna walk in and take a seat on the couch as well.
And then, as soon as you all sit down, he hits a button on the table. He hits a little section of the table, and you see all the windows and everything around you just go solid black, and foam paneling pop out of the walls.
Ooh, soundproofed?
He goes, "Yep,
Badass.
soundproof and private proof."
Oh, the things I would do in this room. The orgies.
And he kind of just looks at you and smirks, not saying a single word. He goes, "So, what's the information you got?"
We got quite a bit, actually, from Jonathan after having to deal with Militech.
Oh, you had to deal with Militech? I'm surprised they're even around anymore.
Yeah, for some reason they've been after him.
Well, probably because he was part of the Yellow Eye program.
But
My Discord. Oh, this entire time my Discord was acting up.
No.
Rip.
I made the joke earlier of what? Did you get? What is it now? A pleasure room?
No,
Ew.
from what you guys can tell, this is more of like... you can definitely tell that this is some sort of custom job that he has had done to this room.
But no, Ignis is gonna roll out his map and just point at the location that's marked. This is the location of a bunker that we've gotten the information on.
Oh shit, there's a bunker that was closer? Okay. That actually...
we also...
He kind of just stops and waits for Ven to then finish what she says and then continues.
No, she'll just kind of wave off for a second because she has the look of it's a different topic, but it's something we still need to approach.
She just nods. He nods and he goes, "All right, yeah, it could be from what I've heard. There's some sort of pre-2023 bunker around that area, so there might be some interesting shit down there."
Hitting a bit too close there, Corey.
That's the point.
Also, we got more information that a lawman and a rocker boy were more involved in some things.
Actually, that's why I wanted to talk to you specifically, Sin. Ben would then chime in.
And as soon as you guys both mention that, his hands hit his face and he goes,
"No!
Oh, what did these two do again?"
Be kind.
Simply for the fact that we want to get in contact with them.
And then he lowers his hands and he kind of goes, "Wait, you just want to talk to them?"
We have, apparently, we just want to talk to, Max, I think his name was.
He goes,
From the research I talked about?
Max.
Dread?
He goes, yeah, I remember Max. And you see
Does he
this,
go,
like...
I am the law.
You see him have this, like, almost like a weird kind of, like, this dude kind of, like, smirk. Which then, to you instantly notice as a... Yep. I know him. He's a good friend of mine.
I was hoping you could get us in contact with him. Or maybe the Netrunner of the same group.
As soon as you mention the Netrunner, he goes... His eyes go a little wide, and you go, why would you want to talk to Leilani? What have you guys gotten yourselves into?
We haven't gotten ourselves into anything.
And
There's something I want...
to say, everyone notices Synth's attitude is kind of turned into this, like, overly protective father type of attitude towards Vin.
Ven is gonna pull out the chip that Jonathan passed her and then pass it over to Synth and be like, I'm sure that this Netrunner, as well as Wasp here, could probably help us out get this done. But I'd rather it might be best for 2 people compared to 1, especially trying to track down the numbers.
Hmm.
The numbers. What do they mean, Mason?
Synth, you look like you need a drink. Do you want some vodka on the rocks with some ginger beer and lime?
He just kind of looks at you and goes, that doesn't really sound like a good combo to me right now.
You want a Dr. Pepper with nothing in a glass?
He goes,
Let's just
he goes,
be offensive.
disgusting, no.
Rude.
I mean, there is a 4th ingredient, a splash of love, but
Oh,
And
yeah, the secret ingredient.
he kind of, he hits another button and you see a set of Jack and Cokes just pop out of the table.
out of character. Does anybody get that reference?
Yes.
But Ven would be like, simply put, we just want to get in contact with them. Just to talk.
He goes, if you're gonna do it, you might want to be careful around Minnie.
Yeah.
He goes,
And why is that?
because
Can-
Minnie kind of has a mouth on her. She likes to essentially put herself into danger when she doesn't need to be.
Can Ignis do a library search on Minnie?
Yes, you can.
What happens when Minnie shouts her mouth off? Does anything else tend to happen?
We'll die.
He looks at you and goes, have you not heard the stories of what happened even here in the afterlife? Minnie almost got herself shot at trying to enter the bar at one point.
Oh, geez, mister, you must tell us more.
He goes, the funny one, and he kind of, you see him chuckling to himself, and he goes, the funniest one is she thought that someone was her fan and got herself kidnapped, and the rest of her group had to save her ass. They all almost died too. It was quite funny. At least looking back on it, it's kind of funny.
I heard the Netrunner didn't care.
I thought, yeah, the Netrunner just sat inside, sipping on her Dr. Pepper.
Ignis is just going to look at Vin.
Move to the car.
Ignis is just going to look at Vin and just go, sounds like foreshadowing.
Hey, I'm not going to get myself into trouble again. Well, no promises on that, but hush.
Ignis, when you find that she has quite a few different songs, quite a few different poems, like just a bunch of different shit that's been posted out there. She seems fairly large. Like, most of the city probably knows her at this point. And you would also recognize that Ven has at one point been a fan of hers.
Alright, Vin, I forgot you liked her work.
What? She's inspiring sometimes.
That wasn't a dig, unlike earlier.
And you see Synth laugh and goes, yeah, she has her moments. Minnie's a character. At times,
like almost getting kidnapped.
Yeah. He then goes, but her brother, that's the one you kind of don't want to piss off.
Don't go in close
I kind of want to talk to.
Because he will break your arms.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. So just, if you're going to talk to him, tell him I sent you. And you're just wanting some information on a new job that he might have info on.
Well,
And
can't
the
really
Netrunner, you said her name was Leilani?
He goes, yeah, the Netrunner, what about her?
Where would we be able to find her exactly, or her whereabouts? Do you know?
You know the Mox, right? The Mox place. I believe
I
it's
know
called
about that.
Lizzie's Bar.
Oh no, I don't like that place.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, she kind of hangs around there. She hangs around there. She's normally associated with the Mox now. Uh, from what it sounds like, she's kind of the one that helped create their network themselves.
Okay.
I have heard that her girlfriend, though, or at this point, probably her wife, uh, is actually a tech. So get on her good side. Get on both their good sides, and you might get something. She seems pretty cool.
Okay.
Hmm.
So Yuri, don't turn up. So don't turn up the charm. Turn it down.
I can't promise that. If they're hot, it's hot. I can't control it.
Synth just looks at
When
Yuri and goes, "Trust me, they won't sleep with you."
when
No,
Synth says that
That's
the
not
girlfriend is
supposed
a
He
to.
tech,
goes, "I've tried."
I've
I slept
tried.
with a lesbian dragon one time. You can't tell me what I can and can't do.
I just wouldn't recommend it. They might chop your balls off.
Wouldn't be the
when
first
And I
time.
Leilani
will not be. And I will not be reattaching those.
when
Jokes on
Leilani's
you.
girlfriend is mentioned to be a tech, Ven's eyes would just light up in excitement at that.
So he he goes, "Is there any other information you need to share? Because part of me does not want to let you guys do this, but you guys are big boys and girls. You guys
Um,
need to do something finally."
we also caught some information about a court in the Badlands.
He goes, "Oh, I'm surprised they're around still."
And
Should
then
we go snuff them out?
on top of that,
I say, Rune, what was that?
Should we go snuff them out?
He goes, that's up to you. Last time
and then on
anyone went near that, there was a cyber psycho sighting. And he just stops there. Like, he doesn't state anything else after that. And then he
So
looks at
bring
Ven.
sniper rifles.
He looks at Ven and goes, "What was the other thing you wanted to say?"
also about some sort of water poisoning and kids getting sick. But from what I gathered, Yellow Eyes was helping kids get fresh water in Santo Domingo. Something about a gang as well poisoning the water, but he helped kind of stop that.
And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I've heard a couple things about that. I was gonna send you on that job eventually, but there's a small team already trying to work on it. I'm not sure if they're
We go
even
play backup.
succeeding, but if you guys
When was
want
the
to do
last time you
that,
got
you're.
any information from them?
No, I haven't heard from them in a couple days.
Ignis is going to move over to his map and tap on the current area where the afterlife is, and just basically bring his finger along, creating a path. Just going. How about we start off going down to Santo Domingo and playing backup or finishing the job if they unfortunately met their end, and then go and investigate the bunker. Return, get some rest, recover, and then go off and talk to the people because we might want to get the more difficult stuff out of the way because often talking is the easiest part.
Yeah,
Why
I would
get?
recommend talking over action.
I would recommend talking over action as well because we can at least get some sort of backup if we need it.
Mm.
Get some friends on our side to the point that we manage to, if we need to, have to call them in. We can get them at least on our side.
Yes, but at the same time, if we know what we're getting ourselves into, we know what kind of backup to request. Because if we can't finish the job due to overwhelming numbers, we can always just back away and not engage.
Who's to say we can't? Who's to say we'll have the chance to run away, though? It's Night City, for crying out loud.
Yes, but often, as long as we don't draw our weapons, we'll be ignored. We are currently, as far as I'm aware, nobodies.
I'm not quite sure if that's necessarily the best thought process, because I did just get hit in the back of the head, or I almost got hit in the head with a freaking stun baton when I didn't even have my weapon out. About a couple hours ago, if you remember.
Yes, but that was Militech. They're always seeking blood.
The thing is that we might be nobodies, but we're also easy targets.
And you also act like I haven't made some enemies myself that will probably kill me on sight.
You have a point there, but at the same time, knowledge is power. At the very least, while you guys are off talking, I can go do recon with Wasp.
So what, are you saying Yuri and I go talk to people while you two do recon?
Yep, we have a group chat. I can quickly update everybody.
But in the event something goes wrong, we can't be there to save you.
Because we'll probably be on
I'm
two
aware.
separate sides of town.
I'm aware, which is why I don't plan on engaging much. Because here's the thing, I plan on quickly stopping by and getting either a scope or a pair of binoculars and doing recon, trying to understand the whole situation.
And also, that's another thing, is what if Yuri and I were to get in trouble ourselves? We're not necessarily... Well, I can't speak for Yuri, but I'm not necessarily the best in combat.
I was about to say, you better not speak for that man. He kind of took out somebody's nuts with a spiked baseball bat.
I'll gladly do it again.
Synth looks at you guys and goes, that's up to you, but I would say you're not gonna get a lot of information if you're just gonna be looking around. And he looks at Wasp and goes, Wasp is probably gonna be the one that needs to find a way in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to wait till we got to the location, but obviously find a terminal, jack in, survey the CCTV, see the numbers, enumerate them, and then, yeah, decide the plan of action from there.
But no, I'd say, hey, because as it stands right now, the bunker, it's a bunker. I don't have to worry too much. It's mostly the last group, because my whole idea right now is find out if they are still alive, and if they are not, pull away. Because clearly it's going to be overwhelming force for 4 people. Again, my whole goal is just getting information. And while you say looking is not going to be a lot of information, knowing a rough estimate of numbers is always a good idea, as well as knowing the layout.
I mean, that is a point.
Yeah, reconnaissance, enumeration, vulnerability assessment, exploitation, persistence, cleanup. It's kind of what I do for my job, but yes, that is the best way to do it.
Because right now, my idea is the 2 talkers go do the talking. He's going to obviously look at Vin and Yuri. Both of you have got better conversation skills than I do. So you both would be more than likely able to keep everything under control through words, and if combat breaks out, I know Yuri can handle herself. Vin, you're good at slipping away.
Yuri's a boy, by the way.
I was gonna say, Yuri's a guy.
Slip of the tongue.
It happens.
Again, Dark, you know I mostly go off of voice.
Oh, he's flipping the tongue to Yuri.
I would do a deep voice, but I haven't been feeling good.
No, the thing is, dude, I'm exactly the same. I keep saying Yuri is in she. I know it's a he because of some stuff that happened with Jonah and Yuri,
Yeah.
which won't be repeated. But yeah, I get you, bud.
Ven is gonna sigh softly with how Ignis is kind of pushing the kind of splitting and trying to cover 2 stones at once, and just simply say, well, if you're so adamant about it, like you always are, I guess that there's no other choice out of here.
You don't have to worry too much, Vin. I'm not going to be pushing too far into enemy territory. Don't forget, I'm ex-med tech. I'm used to working in a squad, and I understand the importance of keeping the squad together. But knowing when to break away and do reconnaissance is always a good idea.
Just
I'm
don't
not
die.
pushing. I don't have no intentions of entering combat. It's just going to be find a jack-in point for Wasp and pretty much protect him while he does reconnaissance and figuring stuff out. Because even if it's a rough estimate of enemy forces, it's going to make things simpler.
Don't mind. What I said stands. Don't die.
If I die, you have full right to perform necromancy just to beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, Synth looks at you guys and goes, "Well, looks like you have a plan." And he hits the button, hits the same spot of the table again, and everything just poofs back to normal.
Let's get going then.
Are we taking a cab there again?
He grabs Yuri's shoulder real quick and goes, "Keep an eye on Ven, please."
Will do. Protect her like my own.
You better.
You're. Ignis is so tempted to say something stupid right now.
Can we say it out of context?
Out of character, Ignis is just chuckling as went through his head was protect her like your own whore or your own child.
Yes.
And Synth just lets your shoulder go and goes, "I'll keep an eye on you too." And he goes, "Now get out of here."
And simply put, Ignis is just going to grab Wasp and start heading out before flashing Vin a soft, genuinely kind smile, and then just get to work.
Would I know the location of the PI office, having seen it and seen the slogan? Or Max?
Yeah. Yeah, you would have. It's kind of a shithole, honestly.
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's just. It's one of those. It's just in a shit town, a section of town, kind of thing. Like like you've been inside it before. At least you have, because you've dealt with some other shit a couple stories before, and you know the inside does not look anything like the outside of the city around it.
You're too kind.
Okay. And would I actually? I'm gonna send it instead.
Do what?
I'm gonna send you a DM instead and with a question.
Okay.
Just say yes or no to this next question.
Do. So, while that's going on, probably.
Okay.
I would say probably, but you wouldn't. It would be
Know
one
him
of those
directly.
things of, you wouldn't have physically, like, actually directly interacted.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
Ben's gonna try to hire a cab for the PI building.
as that goes on, the other two, Wasp and Ignis, how close are you getting to this building?
It depends on how close the access point is.
Yeah, I'm more or less just walking around with Wasp for the access point.
So, I am going to be straight up with you. There is no access point above ground.
Okay, can
In the
we
sewer system?
roll some perceptions to see Because
Yeah.
sometimes hackers leave like little markers and stuff like that.
You could.
Perception.
Not perception as such. No, perception. Yeah, it's investigation that's not on these sheets. Perception, yeah.
Yeah.
What am I rolling again? Investigate.
Oh God! It's under awareness
Honestly,
skills.
you
near the
could
top.
actually no, you would actually be rolling investigation because you'd be looking into finding something.
Yeah, there's just no investigation. It needs to be more specific.
I'm sure there is an investigation.
Accounting, animal handling, bureaucracy, business, composition, criminology, cryptography, deduction,
Oh no, I always
education,
get
gamble.
interrogation and investigation fucked up. You're right.
I'd say when we were doing it before, when I was trying to figure it out in the last campaign, I think we had to utilize deduction for investigation that we kind of went to, but I don't think that falls on the same sheet
Deduction's
here.
one of those that depends on what the way we're doing it, like what they're exactly
Yeah.
doing. So yeah, it'd be perception.
Okay, mine wasn't great. Although this is, yeah. Never mind.
And you're looking for what again?
An access point.
So if I can't see any access points visually, then I'm looking for like some sort of like hacker markings or some other netrunner marks that might indicate that there's like a weak node or something nearby.
Okay.
Ooh.
17.
Oh. Okay. One sec. So Ignis, you do realize that it does seem to go into the sewers, but like as soon, you guys, I don't know how close you're getting. That's the issue.
We're basically only getting as close as we need to, and if I need to go into the sewer system to find the access point, I don't have an issue with that. I have a flashlight.
Okay, because both of Wasp, you do notice that there's like a symbol that states, kind of down. It states like down in the sewers, but it's not anything like. It's almost more like a. Not so much as a. It's. How do I word it? It'd be kind of like Thieves' Cant. There'd be like an engraving done on it where it's like, okay, there's this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so those types of things exist in real life. They're normally drawn in like chalk behind like people's houses and stuff.
But it doesn't state like it doesn't state anything like that. It just states like there's an entrance somewhere here. That's all that states.
Okay, but it's showing it's somewhere down.
Yeah, it's showing like somewhere down in the sewer.
Okay.
Do we need to go down?
Yeah, I think we might have to.
Alright then, let's go. And Ignis is just going to find the nearest manhole cover and just pry it off.
Yeah, so you managed to get it off. I'm not making you roll for that part. But once you get down, it just looks like a regular sewer tunnel.
And he's just gonna click on his flashlight. Alright. You're the one who knows what the marks look like. Keep going.
Keep rolling perception.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll roll as well because I'm just gonna basically be looking out for strange markings on the wall.
Oh.
Okay.
Shit.
So, Wasp, you do notice that there is some sort of like when you're looking at the side of the wall, it's not, there's something different about it. and what you've noticed is there's actually sliding doors in that.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna buzz excitedly towards the doors, jumping over 3 turds.
When you do,
And
you see the door slightly open, and behind that, you see an elevator. And that's all you see.
And
If this leads
already on the ground.
inside, this could be a useful path.
And the
in.
elevator door is not open either. It's just, you can see the elevator itself, but not the doors open or anything.
The buttons on the elevator on the outside, do they look as though they go up or down? Or
Down.
maybe both? Down.
They look like they go down, but there is one button, at least on the door, that, like, the one button that you can see says down, and that is the only option.
Only option. Okay.
You would have to go inside the elevator and then look.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to continue this unless you want to jump back to the other group.
I was gonna jump to the other group real quick. So
Yeah, cool.
You two managed to get to a section of Japantown. It seems to be a bit rough. You both know this to be a very rough area.
This is why I don't ever want to be in this area.
It's one of the reasons why. Where would it be? I think this is it. Nope, that's the environment. Shit. Fudge nuggets. I had all my maps and everything, and I can't fucking find the one I need.
Fix it.
Fix it, Felix.
Or we could wreck it, Ralph. When one of my mates broke his arm, he did genuinely look like Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh shit.
His arm swelled up that badly.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Yeah, no, but we took the piss out of him for it anyway.
Actually, yeah, we're gonna do this. This is the one we're gonna use. It doesn't make much sense, but I'm using it.
The fact that T and I are getting a thing scares me.
So,
I can see. Oh.
Here. There you go. So, fuck, I forgot to import him too.
Oh my god, Corey.
The outside of this building very much looks like just a run-down, ramshackle building. The inside, it looks like a very lush corporate mansion.
Where is this?
This is Max's law office.
I want to say...
You said this was in Japan?
No, this doesn't involve me at all.
It's fine. I can show it to everyone.
Yes.
Corey, you said this was Japantown?
Yes, this will be Japantown.
Okay.
That should help now. Everyone should be able to see it.
Ooh.
So, you guys enter the building, and you see a very nice, ornate room. Very long room. Definitely marbled out. And a couple plants here and there, kind of to keep it all spruced up and nice. And in the middle of the room, you see Ven as you know it, as you know them, Minnie playing around on the piano.
Ben's gonna kind of nudge Yuri and be like, "That's Max's sister, the rocker boy, the rocker, that just, oh my god, that music is so amazing sometimes."
I'm just gonna look over in that direction for a second and just bluntly say, she's sharp. She's not playing it right. You think she's good? Really?
The ones that I've heard, she's been the singer. It's not necessarily the other instruments I've seen.
I'd hate to see her sing, but alright.
And you hear, coming from above you, someone yelling down, going, "Hey, Minnie! What the hell are you doing? Are you supposed to be somewhere else? Are you supposed to be doing something right now?" She goes, Max, leave me alone. I'm just practicing.
No, because Max's voice is more monotone. He's more like, this is my forever voice. I don't have any other voice. That's what I found out from the library search anyway.
No, you didn't find that out.
So you're...
And you see that he definitely seems kitted out, but not in a very obvious way.
Nice.
Okay.
And he goes, you see him kind of spin around real kind of quickly. He goes, "Oh, haven't I seen you before?"
Slightly in passing, you and I have shared notes back and forth.
He goes, "You're that media I've talked to," and he starts walking down the stairs. As he walks down the stairs, he kind of walks walks towards the piano and smacks Minnie in the back of the head. And when he does that, you see a shiny kind of like chrome arm pop out from under the sleeve that he has. I realized it was really loud. Sorry. That should be better. And he goes, so what do you want to talk about? What do you need? As he slaps Minnie, you just hear, "Ow, what the fuck?"
It's almost like
I kind of want info about something that, according to Synth, who was also the one that kind of pointed us in yours direction in a way, kind of want to ask you a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Max pauses for a moment and kind of goes, "What kind of questions?"
Yeah, she kind of like tenses up a little, kind of nervous because of the way that he spoke.
I'm going to notice this and just be like, bluntly, we want to figure out what the fuck happened to Yellow Eyes, man.
He goes, "Oh, that prick. Well, Needless to say, we found his dead body. From what I know, he's still around, but I don't know if I believe that. Because he seemed awful dead when I saw him.
I have to say, he's not, according to Synth.
Well,
And we're trying to figure out who killed
nobody
him.
knows better. Because you're trying to do what?
We're trying to figure out any information we can about what ended up, like, who the killer was.
Yes. Oh. Well, yeah, you might need to take you to a different room for that one. Let me get it. Let me find it. There we go. That's the one we're going to. I'm just going to make it so everyone can see it. I've entered from down here. One second.
Jeez.
There we go. Sorry.
This
So,
music makes me think that some sort of fight's gonna break out.
there could be.
No, don't.
He takes you into the room and he goes, so, what exactly do you want to know about Yellow Eyes? Because we didn't learn too much about him ourselves.
Anything that you are willing to share. Keep this
Do you
professional.
happen to know? Sorry, I was gonna say, do you happen to know, like his main enemies were? Do you have any information on who possibly put out the hit? Did you happen to work with him at all?
As soon as you state, did you ever work with him, he cuts you off and goes, first off, don't assume that I worked with that asshole.
I never assumed. I asked.
And he goes, but no, I never did. I don't really know much about him other than he's the one that essentially worked my parents to death and caused them to go crazy.
Like crazy, and he does the crazy symbol with his hand, or like psycho crazy.
He goes, essentially what they did is they experimented enough on my parents, turned them against both me and my sister. We found out and had to essentially kill both of them, and our mother turned into a cyber psycho.
Yikes.
He goes, so in my opinion, both of us don't really give a shit if he lives or not, or what exactly happened to him. But I mean, I might be able to put something together. And he walks over to the computer back here. And he starts typing away. Yes, by the way, it's going to take a little while. You might want to sit down, have a coffee, whatever. You can watch the news, do whatever. It's going to take me probably about 20 minutes.
Listen to the
Ben's
music.
gonna kind of lean back into a chair and start scrolling on our agent.
To think we're in a futuristic time period and we still have to wait for everything.
Yeah.
Much better than what I had to deal with growing up.
I do have another question I want to ask you while you're looking that up. A little bit off topic.
Yeah, what is it?
Don't know how well you're in touch, as someone kind of pointed this out to us, but there was apparently a netrunner in your group that Synth said we might be to find out Lizzie's bar. Got any tips to talk with her?
You see Max's eyes kind of glass over for a moment. And he goes, not her. Please tell me you're not talking about her.
Her
I
name
didn't hear
was
that
Leilani.
badly. Come on.
Do what?
I didn't hit her that badly. Come on.
No, it's not that.
Okay. Okay.
Her name is Leilani, according to Synth.
Yes, yeah. I remember Leilani. It's just, you know, I would just say we didn't end our edge running career on a high note. Exactly. Together.
Sure seems like that with how there seem to have been two people that just dropped off the face of the earth and might have gone off somewhere else.
Oh, you're talking about Flit and Han. Those two, oh, they were definitely interesting. We did a couple jobs with them, but nothing too big. But Leilani, yeah, she'd probably be able to talk to you. That is, if she's not too busy. Was trying to get a hold of her a
Just
couple
for my
days
own
ago and haven't heard much from her.
And just for my own personal information, and I'm sorry if this is kind of a triggering thing for you, but there's rumors that I've managed to gather, possibly a part of in my article that I'm writing, that I'm trying to like piece together certain things, and I've heard that you and your sister might have been part of the bomb that happened.
I'm gonna put my hand out. Like you really don't need to ask about that right now. That's not an unfortunate moment.
Matt doesn't say anything. Like, it's almost as if he doesn't even acknowledge your question.
Okay.
And then he kind of goes, "Oh, I think I found it. Here you go." And
Alright.
he goes, kind of what he's managed to gather is Yellow Eyes has had a couple turns against his own groups, and he really fucking pissed off Arasaka at some point. So there's a chance that it could have been Militech themselves, could have been Biotechnica, or it could have been Arasaka. And then he sends a little thing to this big ass, what looks like a crystal on the map, but it's a hologram in the middle of the room. And you see a picture of the dead body of Yellow Eyes. And you notice that there was a bullet that had gone straight through his brain, and notice that there seems to be what might be some sort of slash marks across his chest.
Was there no biopsy done on this? Did you manage to conjure up?
It was not that I've seen. From what I've seen, Biotechnica didn't want anything to do with this anymore, and Militech just tried to sweep it under the rug. As normal for both of them.
Of course.
So, he goes, "That's really all I can help you with, at least when it comes to this. maybe contact me later about your other question. Right now is not the best time.
Fair enough. Same email as before?
Yep, that's the same thing as always.
Alright. And then Ben's gonna get up and start to walk out.
Back to the other two. What is your plan here?
Well, Wasp, do you want to pull away and regroup? Or do you want to go further into the abyss?
Because essentially what you're seeing is this.
It might be worth seeing if we can actually find a way to get inside the lift, or the elevator, as you might call it. Like if I press the button, you said there was one button that goes down, but if I press the button, do the elevator, I'll speak in American, do the elevator doors open?
So they go to open, and then you see the button itself light up, as if it's trying to read something.
Okay. Can I do I'm just trying to find the most appropriate skill check for that. Electronics or security tech?
What are you trying to do?
I'm assuming it's some sort of bio scanner.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do the security tech
Yeah.
skill check for that? Yeah.
Go ahead, you have to beat a 17 or higher.
Shit. Okay.
You managed to do it. So when you do that, you manage to somehow pop the button itself off the side, like off of the wall itself, and wire it a little bit differently, and it just opens the doors. The doors open as if nothing happened.
Awesome. Okay. And now,
Give me a sec. There you go.
yeah, and now that we're inside the lift, I'm gonna check out the buttons and I'm not gonna press them, but I'm gonna see how far down they go.
You don't see anything like labeled other than just like 1, 2, 3 all the way to BB. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 and then BB, and there's like a gap between 4 and BB.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll turn to Ven and I'll say, yeah, it's probably best we meet up with the others. We don't want to get stuck on a floor that we don't know the way out
Why
of.
does this say that every time?
Ignis is the one with you.
Yeah, I have to.
Oh, it said Ven.
Yeah, it's for some reason being a fucking dum-dum.
Yeah, Igni, I'll turn to you and I'll tell you that we should probably meet up with the others before going any further. At least we know our way into the place, or what we think is the place. And then, yeah, exit the elevator.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's a good idea for us to go ahead and bounce and regroup. And we don't know what the hell we're getting into, so this is wiser if we back out. And as soon as we leave and reclose the sliding door, I am going to mark in one of the corners with my glow paint a small X.
Okay.
Just so that way, in case Wasp Paint can't join, I can find my way back.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
And then, of course, once we leave, I'm going to spray the specific manhole cover with another X.
Alright. So yeah, you guys all... I guess, what are Yuri and Ven doing right now? Are you heading back to some sort of agreed meetup, or...
Judging from the fact that no one has texted saying that they're meeting up yet, Ven was gonna suggest to go to Lizzie's bar.
Okay. So what's going on?
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Are you going to the bar
Last time
or are
I-
you messaging?
I'm messaging response saying I'm on my way to the bar now. And I'm just gonna look to Wasp and go, alright, I'm going to the bar, you wanna come with?
Yeah, seems like a decent place to rendezvous.
Buzz. No, buzzed.
Have we communicated to y'all that we're going to Lizzie's bar, or are y'all going to the afterlife?
We're going to Lizzie's.
Yeah, Lizzie's is where we just
Ven
left.
never mentioned it was Liz. They were going to the bar. She was talking straight to Yuri.
I'm just gonna send a message in the group chat then, just saying I'm gonna head to Lizzie's bar. And then
I'm
just start
serious.
heading that way.
I'm gonna use this as the bar itself.
Cause you ain't got no interior.
I hope you know, Yuri, that I'm not good with talking with women.
But you're a girl.
It's not necessarily as easy when you're trying to talk like that. You tend to have, you freaking have your own charms as well.
Because I know what the women like, and I'm gonna grab my package.
Of course.
Maybe she's a
Ben's
lesbian.
gonna look away.
So, about another hour or so has passed, and which group got there first?
It's close, I would think.
I think you guys would be closer.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are sitting there waiting. You're both sitting on this little crash barrier that's kind of sitting here. And you see Wasp and Ignis being dropped off by a taxi. And they both get out.
Just please don't make the talk with Leilani or her girlfriend be bad. I'd like to be friends with that tech.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Ven would be saying that to Yuri.
Hmm.
I'll have them all over me, lesbian or not.
So, you both walk up. You both get out of the car and you see both of them kind of leaning against this crash barrier. And them talking.
Shall we quickly go, before we go in, shall we quickly go over everything?
You certainly can.
I mean,
Because as of right now, me and Wasp found a way into an underground facility.
Oh.
And we just backed out once we found the way because it's too risky.
don't tell me it's to the sewers.
It
Please
isn't,
don't. Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
but it's not that deep into the sewers.
Okay, thank God. I fucking hate the sewers.
What, scared of a little rat?
No, just reminds me too much of my own past. Before I got my container.
Oh, the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, gotcha.
There we go.
Well, on our side, Max was somewhat welcoming. Ended up kind of pointing us with the fact that he showed us an image of how it happened, but he said there was no biopsy done.
That motherfucker made them kill their own parents.
Yeah. Though, it's starting to make me wonder why Synth is so intrigued about this.
Honestly, it kind of doesn't make any sense, because if that was his edge running group and they took care of bomb, why are they so obsessed with the fact that the man they were going after is now dead?
That's what I'm wondering. At the same time, like, why the intrigue? What's going on?
If I'm allowed to make assumptions here without Synth around, I'd assume something along the lines of trying to protect their identities.
But the thing is, there's no, from what Max told us, there's no ties that Yellow Eyes has with them specifically. At least that's what Max told us.
And if they wanted their names covered, they're already legends.
Yes, but still, even legends have their dark sides.
Legends have the dark sides, but then again, certain things can come to light with certain kinds of questions.
Don't forget, they're a legendary edge running group. They know how to talk.
Trust me, I know. I have articles on them. I'm working on one of them right now.
Speaking of which, can I get the? Did you remember to send me a copy?
I don't have it on. I have a copy, but I'm not necessarily one that will give it away right now. Especially not in public. Never know who's paying attention.
That's fair. Well, we should probably get inside then.
So
we do have someone to talk to in here that might be able to give us some more information too.
Sitting out front is 3 women holding golden spiked baseball bats.
Those are some fancy ball busters.
And they go, What you guys doing here? You here for the virtues?
I'm here for you, ladies.
They don't really acknowledge that.
Ignis is just gonna start chuckling.
Zen is just gonna poke her head around Ignis because she's probably like hiding behind Ignis slightly, and she's gonna be like, "We're just here to kind of hang out around."
She goes, all right, and slaps her baseball bat in her hand. And she goes, hey, rules to follow here. Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay.
And she looks at Yuri. I've seen you before. I've heard your stories. Keep your hands to yourself.
Y'all can tie me up if you need me to.
If that's what you want, you can get yourself a private room. Private rooms cost 50 eddies, and each girl costs 150. The bar's open if you want to hang out there. But remember, the Mox run this place.
We are here on business, and we were wondering if Leilani was here.
As soon as you say Leilani's name, and the attitude of them changes to this kind of like, oh, you know Leilani? Kind of.
We've heard of her, and we have some questions we would like to ask her.
We were sent this way.
We're working with that.
We were sent by Synth.
Yeah, so they just go, oh, okay, sweet. Like, come on in. She should, if you talk to, say you probably need to talk to Naja. She's at the bar actually.
Oh, perfect.
That's her girlfriend. So talk to her. She'll lead you down, and you should be able to talk that way.
All right.
And
Thank you very much.
The doors open, and then there's like sequin beads, another sequin bean door behind it.
How do you spell Naja's name again?
It's Nadja.
Okay, so I did think that right.
I have a fucking thing for this. Yeah, here we go. All right. So you walk in, and very standard strip club. It's very much a strip club on the what you guys walk into. Don't need to describe that. You already know what they all look like.
No, do it. I need the immersion.
Oh,
If you want
hold
the
on.
immersion, just go play 2077.
Just to include something I need to do. Where is it? Where is it?
Oh no.
Did I include this song?
Oh no.
I did.
You included a stripper song? Oh god. He did.
Do it.
So
Ben's gonna immediately try to find the bar and go over to it.
Ignis is gonna go along as well.
So you get to the bar and you see a, how did we describe her before?
Huh?
What was Naja again? Korean?
Oh shit, I don't remember. I want to say she was Korean.
Let's go with that.
He was definitely Asian.
You see a very pretty but also dirty Korean woman, probably around in her 30s.
What a dirty,
And I mean dirty
girl.
as in like she has, you can see she has like dirt, oil, you know, like almost like a mechanic type of look to her, but still very pretty.
I have a question when it comes down to Ignis. While he does mostly speak in English and street slang, would it be possible for him to know greetings in other languages, just like hello?
I think most people would know hello in pretty much almost every language, at least in Night City.
He's gonna say hello in Korean and basically try and be friendly.
She instantly goes in, flips around, and kind of just straight up starts speaking Korean to you.
I apologize. All I know is hello in Korean. My bad.
Goes, oh, it's okay. What would you guys like? Just sorry for my appearance. I haven't cleaned up. I was downstairs.
I am here with a group sent us to speak to Leilani.
Oh, you want to talk to my girlfriend, huh?
Just a couple questions. That's all.
So you're the tech. That's instead. Okay.
Ben, speak up if you're gonna say something.
You see
I was
her.
just saying the fact that she's the tech that Synth said.
She goes,
Synth
okay, well,
talked about
give me 1 second. She props herself up and slides over the bar.
Lost was gonna be right back.
And she's like, come on, follow me. And
Ben's gonna follow.
she leads you down a couple stairs, like a couple stairwells and everything, leading to a massive ass server room. And as this is going on, you are still hearing the dance music and shit from upstairs, but you're hearing just more synth wavy type things down here. As you guys start getting farther under the bar, you're getting into this. You get into like this mess of cables. Off to your right, there's just this workbench that's full of a bunch of random shit. It looks like it's been, it looks like a nuke hit it, essentially. And to the left, you see this bright, almost clinically clean room with servers and a bunch of other shit. All tech-related stuff. And on the far side of the room,
I feel like we should have went through a decontamination chamber.
on the far side of the room, you see a young Japanese woman with a cable coming out the back of her neck, plugged into her table.
Ugh. I
always feel bad for netrunners.
Hey,
At least if
she's
at least
probably
if
just playing the new latest PlayStation version, which I'm guessing is a PS5.
It's like
And,
PS8.
yeah, I was
No,
about to
it's
say,
that
like 7
new
or
one they
8.
brought out that no one bought.
Ven's just gonna say in Japanese, I never understood netrunners and how they could deal with that.
A wire directly connected to your brain? Yeah. That's too much.
She said that mostly so that way she would think Wasp would understand her. She said it in Japanese.
Naja would understand that too.
As you guys step into the room, you hear a whirring and clicking, and you see 2 turrets pop out the top of the roof.
Whoa,
and
we're friendly.
a patrol drone walk out from behind the door of one of the servers.
Naja, let us in.
Konnichiwa.
And
We're not here to fight. We're just here to talk.
you see Naja pull her phone out, her agent out real quick and type a few things, and all of a sudden you see them all. You see the drone not really fully die, but
Simple mode.
yeah, like it's gone like cold. The turrets disappear back into their little circles in the roofs, and then you see the drone just sit down. And on the other side of the room, you see her rip out the. You see a hand pop up, rip out the cable that's attaching her, and she's like, "God, you gotta warn me next time."
Well, we kind of did show up unarrived.
She kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm not talking about you." And Naja walks over and gives her a hug. And she goes, "So,
Ben,
who are your new friends?"
Ben's immediately gonna shirk back at being snapped at like that.
She goes, "Who's your new friends, honey?" She goes, "Oh, they're friends of Synth. He said that they have some information or not information, but they would like to gather some information from you." She goes, "Oh, Synth, oh god, Synth sending them. What suicide mission does he have them doing this time?"
We're looking into the death of Yellow Eyes.
Oh. You see Leilani kind of just scratch the back of her neck. He goes, "Huh. Well, what do you need to know?"
He's just gonna take a step back and let the talkers do the talking.
Yeah, I'm too scared to talk.
You see, she walks back. I forgot to mention this. Once she got up, you just see that she had gotten out of the chair, has pants on but no shirt, no bra, no nothing, and
Ignis is just gonna ignore it.
she walks over to the door, grabs like a little silk kimono type thing, and throws it over and goes, "Yeah, so what do you guys need? I have no problem helping out. What do you need?"
Then if you can't talk, just ask me the questions and I'll say them.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and just be like, we're wanting to know if you have any information on who possibly did it, or any big time enemies that he may have had that you know of.
And we were also wondering if you could help us out with something as well.
She smirks and goes, "Well, the first one's pretty easy. He had lots of issues, lots of problems, and lots of enemies. Our group being one of them. Well, we were a group, but some of us don't really classify us as groups anymore." And she goes,
I know that feeling.
Uh, there was 2 people that were hanging with us for a while. I didn't care for them too much, but they seemed cool at some points. They fucked off and decided to disappear out of the country for a little while. That's really all I know about them. The twins, could probably care less, as they normally do. And the other one, I think that my nomad friend kind of decided to go off with her own family. But, other people that might want Yellow Eyes killed, where do you want me to start?
We already know the military Technica in Osaka. Max showed myself and Yuri a image of the death.
I'd say the next thing we would want to know is the most likely culprits for a targeted attack.
Well, targeted attack? There's really only 2 that first come to mind. At least what I saw left of the body. Like, there should really only be 2 in mind, that being Arasaka or Militech.
Well, so far our suspicions are on Militech because they were going after one of the few people that I'm aware of that have information on Yellow Eyes.
Gotta point us in your direction.
And she kind of, you see Leilani kind of scan each one of you real quick. And she stops on Wasp and goes, haven't you looked into it? You're a net runner. You could easily do this shit.
Easily? Listen, I'm just starting out.
Ben's gonna gulp slightly and kind of pull out the chip that Jonathan gave and said, the person that pointed us in your direction, as well, talked about us, talked about you and your group and the brother and sister, said that he was getting wired account money from the account on this chip, but he gave me the account number. We haven't gotten the chance to go investigate it yet.
She goes, here, let me check it. She just walks over and kind of takes it out of your hand.
Ben doesn't show any resistance.
And walks over and puts it into her computer and just kind of taps away at her keyboard. She goes, look. And she pulls up the hologram of her screen. She goes, that right there, and points to the number. And then draws a line to the country. She goes, that is a German number. She goes, but it's wired to an American account.
Is there any way you can maybe like loop it back to where the account could be coming from?
I mean, I can give it a try. It might take me a day, but it shouldn't be too hard. Shit, I might be able to do it less than that.
If you're using Linux, you can just do a simple whois on a domain and it should link you back to who it is.
Just, I know.
I just don't want to seem useless in this moment, that's all.
He said that he's been getting wired 3,000 to 4,000 eddies every day from that account number.
Oh, that's not surprised. She's like, if
there's anything...
She looks at Wasp and goes, if you want to learn, I can teach you a little bit. Come on over.
Yes, sirree.
And she's like fully walking you through what she knows on this. She goes,
I've got to ask, but do I get any bonuses for anything?
For what?
Oh, I've got like a mentor teaching me a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Do I gain anything from this other than just knowledge?
You'll gain some. I'm letting everyone. It'll come down to you'll get more IP points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Okay.
for the whole thing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, she's sitting there showing you, and you realize that she got this. There's a certain section that she's stuck on, and she's like, "You want to give it a try from this point?"
Yeah, sure. Which point are you stuck on?
And she shows you, and it's basically just the very last section of it.
Just bear in mind that I know this in real life.
No, I know. I'm not pulling the whole like.
Yeah, no, I'm
all
not trying
that.
to trick. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
and I
just this
oh,
little
okay.
section.
Well, there's this other program that you can use, and that typically falls in the last part. You don't have all the information right away. You just kind of compile them together. This is what I always use anyway. It's a little known site.
And
then I input the information, and
as you're doing it, she's like, "Huh, sweet." And then she looks at the screen and goes, "God damn it! I always knew there was something wrong with him." And as soon as that happens, she throws a little puck into the middle of the room, about here. And as soon as that happens, a hologram of Han pops up.
Is this the guy that has been wiring it?
She goes, "This is the person that was wiring to your little corporate friend." Of course it was him. He always liked to blow shit up. And she goes, "Yeah, it used to be the solo of my group when we first got together. I don't see how he could be doing it though. He's not anywhere in the country."
Pyrotechnics find a way.
And then she thinks about it and goes, "He had to have been working with someone."
Any idea of who that might be?
The only name that comes to mind is the medtech, Flint. But I don't know if she was smart enough to be able to do this.
Well, even so, it looks like we got another person to investigate somehow.
She goes, I'll keep an eye out for you. I'll definitely keep an eye to see if I can find their whereabouts, because I never trusted them to start with. Or at least him to start with.
Well, we thank you for all the information you have given us. Any other questions should be asked now before I get on to my final question.
I guess I have a question.
She goes, "Okay, what is it?"
You guys were enemies of Yellow Eyes. Why the heck are you being so kind trying to figure this out?
Most of our group didn't care. Me, on the other hand, it was a little different. I had other shit going on. I just wanted money. I wanted to be able to get my name out there so I could work on stuff. But I'm honestly, in my opinion, you're edge runners. We help each other. At least when we feel like we should. And since you guys are friends with Synth knows that you guys are at least somewhat decent. If Synth trusts you, then I don't see why we wouldn't.
You got a point there. Also, he is going to pull out his map and point out the area where me and Wasp found the elevator down. We were wondering if you could look into this area, because we found something interesting over here, an elevator going down deeper. And if you could pull up a map of that area, that would be amazing if you can find one.
She goes, "Yeah, I might be able to find it, but like I said, there's no guarantees." If I am, it'll be another day at least.
We're not going to go back there immediately.
You mentioned someone that we never were told about.
It's because I was going to bring it up later once we were getting out all of the information. Because I wanted to figure out more about this place because it reeks of danger.
If my notes are following me correctly, you told us someone that we never were told about until you mentioned them. Leilani.
Do what?
Ven is kind of like, she has kind of like a distant look in her eyes as she's like kind of doing like motions with her hands, kind of trying to pinpoint and narrow this stuff down. And then she kind of just freezes for a moment and is like, you mentioned someone else that we haven't gotten any information about until we talked to you.
She goes, which one?
The Nomad. We've only ever heard of when we first talked to y'all, when we first found out about y'all, it was the lawman, medtech, rocker, solo, and yourself, I'm gonna guess. We figured out lawman was your old pal Max, and the rocker was Minnie. And then, as you said, the medtech being Flint. And with the way that I'm going down this, maybe the solo being Han. No one mentioned someone about a nomad until you pointed it out earlier.
They didn't mention her?
No, no one mentioned anything about a nomad.
Well, she was kind of a late addition to the group.
Is that the nomad who had all that dog hair all over her?
You see Leilani kind of smirk and go, yeah, she had a wolf with her. Just what about her?
I'm just trying to get my own information straight.
Why do you think she did it?
No, just thoughts in my head, trying to think about things that I'm currently working on and trying to get everything down in my own head.
We see Leilani kind of start questioning. Like, you can see almost like the gears going in her head on why would you be asking this question.
You can hear an electronic whir in the background.
I mean, you're gonna hear the electronic whir in the background anyways. You're in a server room.
I was just confused. She's not. Ven's gonna be trying to like hide her anxiety that's slowly growing, as she notices Leilani's kind of like look, because of the way that Max kind of talked about it before. She's wanting to bring it up, but like at the same time, she's not.
She just she goes, well, is there any more questions that you guys need? Because I'm a little busy, but I gotta get looking into that information that you guys need.
I suppose a very simple question is, what did you know of Yellow Eyes? Like, who was he to you? Like, what's your impression of him?
My impression? I mean, he definitely knew how to hack. That's for damn sure. He managed to get into our brains somehow at one point. At least one of the twins' brains. Then again, she was kind of constantly egging him on.
She was, to be fair. Okay, that's useful to know, though. That's useful.
Could one say scatterbrain?
She then goes, like, other than that, like, he wasn't really anything to me. Like, other than a target that was going to give me some money. Like, there was that. There was the fact that it seemed like, since at least what we started learning, he was a rogue AI. It was a bit difficult to try and hide the fact that you don't like rogue AIs. But other than that, like, there's not much. From what I know, from what I also know, there was some group in the Badlands or something that was worshiping him for some reason.
Wait. Would that possibly fall under the name of the Oracle? Ben would then pipe back up.
She goes, I don't think they ever stated the name, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was him. He had a lot of backups, so I don't know.
Because from what what I've gathered before, talking about going into the Badland Court, it's talking about maybe something about an ET being to help people become smarter, but there was apparently a cyber psycho sighting last time anything was investigated.
Yeah, the cyber psycho, that would be the twins' parents. The one that they were told to kill. Well, not told, they kind of had to. It was either us or her. We ended up using our body parts for rent and other things, but it helped out a lot. Even though it sent Minnie down a spiral.
This is making me want to go and investigate that quote even more.
She goes, is there anything else? Because, like I said, I gotta get going. I gotta get busy. She sits there and waits for like at least 5 minutes of silence.
5 minutes? That's a long fucking. That's like NPC time.
Ben is just gonna stay silent, trying to keep her notes in her head.
No, it's not that. It's more like a minute and a half.
NPC time.
A minute and a half? No.
I said before you said that, Corey, my Discord started fucking up again. Ignis said, "Well, as far as I'm aware, we don't have any more questions, and any more we would more go ahead and direct towards your girlfriend because it would probably be about making stuff."
Just all right. Well, if you're gonna do that, she'll probably take you into her area. Be careful in there. It's kind of a messy. She's never been a clean freak.
As long as I don't have to worry about something going boom.
You might. She is a little careless at times when it comes to the mess. And you hear, hey, come on, I'm not that bad. And she's like, all right, well, I'll talk to you guys later then. If you need anything, I mean, you know where to find me now. So, I'll be here. Now get out.
Sayonara. And Ignis just go ahead and leaves.
Ben is just gonna accidentally slip and say goodbye in Japanese as she walks out after Ignis.
And you just hear goodbye back. Bye, have fun, is what she says. Try not to die. Is probably more of what she'll say.
I'll follow after everybody and just be like, we should probably head back to Sense to let him know what else we found out.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, but I'd also say let's go ahead and if there's a tech in the area, might as well see if she's willing to help us out with making stuff.
True.
You see Naja walk through a cable curtain, essentially. And she's just like, just watch that when you come on in.
Ben is gonna slip through.
Cables, not beads, huh?
Yep.
Definitely unusual.
She goes, yeah, the cables, I'm tired of trying to make them look all nice and neat. They're Leilani's stuff. I just try not to bother and mess with them because they get unplugged. She gets mad.
I understand that.
So, what?
It's definitely annoying when you're working on something and all of a sudden your power goes out.
She goes, so, what is it that you guys need?
I was wondering if you could help me come up with a way to disperse healing medication in a form of mist.
She goes, mist?
Yeah, sort of like inhale it and it starts working. Obviously, it won't be as effective, but it's one of those situations where everybody's grouped up and we're all a little hurt. Might as well make it to where we can go a little bit further.
She goes, I might be able to, but it'll definitely be easier and cheaper to make a dart. You just need to find a dart gun or something to use it with.
I was planning on picking up a sniper rifle.
Well, she kind of sits there and rubs her hand through her hair and goes, either way, so it really depends on if you're wanting the mist, it's going to be at least minimum around 20,000, if not 30,000 eddies. And that's just for the prototype, not to mention all the parts, the labor, and everything.
If that's the case, then I won't even bother asking about my question.
She just goes, what's your question?
I have something that I kind of just want to have as a backup, that deals with kind of trying to be on the fly in combat in a way. It's one of my hoverboards, but I just don't know how well I can try to make that into a weapon.
She goes, let me see it. Like, do you have a picture or something of it that I can at least take a look at?
Ven is gonna pull out her agent and kind of try to scroll through her pictures until she ends up finding herself with the hoverboard next to her, and she'll show it to Nadja.
She looks at it, and you can see her, like, going, I can make something work. I might use that, but no, I probably should use this other thing instead. No, I can definitely make something work for that. She goes, that thing should be fairly easy to make. It just probably be at least 1,000, maybe 1,200.
Only 1,000?
Don't forget, Ven, we also have rent we gotta worry about.
She goes, it is fairly easy. It's a fairly easy modification. Just, we have to work on prototyping, giving that prototype a try, maybe giving some things some tweaks, but we should be able to.
I'm always down. In return, I'll make sure to put your name out in the world if you want me to.
Then she goes, but the healing thing, that grenade thing that's gonna be hard because
I already knew mine was gonna be a lot more complex. I was already prepared to hear the price. I was expecting a lot more, honestly. I was expecting more 50 to 100,000.
She goes, that's me being nice. That's also just the prototype, though. I can't even guarantee the prototype would work.
That's why it's a prototype.
She kind of just smiles and goes, at least you understand that. Does it, either one of you guys need it too?
I understand a lot of things take time to work.
She looks at the other two and goes, what about you two? Do you need anything?
Not that I can think of.
She's like, you don't want an upgrade? You don't want me to maybe add something to anything?
Oh, I actually do have something, and he's going to pull out his assault rifle and basically says, do you have like a short-range magnification lens, sort of like a reflex sight I could attach onto this?
She goes, give me a second. Let me look. And you see her kind of disappear behind her table. and you hear a bunch of like rattling and fucking like squishing and all just noise. You hear a bunch of noise of just shit being moved around and everything.
Why did I
She's like,
hear a wet flop?
just don't worry about it. You don't need to know about that. It's fine.
It's probably a dildo.
And she flips through. She pulls a couple things
That would
out.
have been a hard platter.
She pulls a couple hard things out, and then she goes, "How about this?" And slaps down like a little makeshift, like very much a prototype of some sort of like red dot. It looks like basically one side of binocular just attached to a random piece of metal. She's like, this was like one of the first things I ever made, so I can't guarantee it's gonna be good. It's not really, it probably won't even actually do anything. It's just probably just so you can actually look at it, look through it to see if there's anything there.
I can definitely use that, that's for sure. Gonna make recon over open areas easier.
She goes, you could just pay me, I don't know, 25 eddies for it. She goes, it's not really meaning anything for me. It's not really going to be sold too much, but if you need it, I mean, you're free to take it. I just need some sort of money.
Yeah, and he's just gonna hand her 25 eddies.
Right. Just, all right, you can take that, and if you want something else, like, just let me know. I might be able to work on something, but that dart will be much easier to deal with. I'll let you know that.
The dart, I planned on like coming up with more ideas. Like the dart is a good idea, but the grenade was my first thought because it could be a combination between medicine and a smoke grenade. That was my initial thought. And it's just more or less one of those emergency, we need a quick push. But yeah, I'll definitely think of other things and bring them up when I get the opportunity.
All right. I mean, if neither one of you guys want anything, I mean, whatever else is up, that's up to you.
Yeah, Ingus is gonna look to Yuri and just go, maybe you want to get the nails removed out of your bat and have them replaced with steel rivets?
She looks at you and goes, I mean, heck, I could even replace it with a small sword or something. Might give you a little bit more damage.
At this rate, how about you just make a halberd?
I mean, if you can do a sword, I'm fine with that.
She looks at you and goes, hand over the bat, let me take a look at it.
Toss it over.
She grabs it and you see her inspecting it. She goes, all right, give me a couple hours and come on back and I'll give it back to you.
All right.
Is it possible for us to get like just a booth for just everybody so we can go over all of the information that we've acquired so far?
Yeah. She even turns around and goes like, if you guys want, you can stay here and just chill up in one of the private booths just as a group. I mean, you're just waiting on some shit.
Yeah.
She goes, I mean, there's that. I also heard that there's some houses down the street that, are abandoned, and, from what I know, if you just pay rent for those, that could be essentially a group hangout.
Yeah, that entirely depends on how much we get paid from our main jobs and other things, because right now pricing is getting a bit high.
Is it perhaps the ones that have been talked about being renovated that you're talking about, Nadja?
Yeah, actually, there's a couple that are being renovated. One that's just no one seems to want it for some reason, and the price keeps dropping. I think at this point it's about 1,000, maybe 2,000.
Interesting.
And if you pull it all together, She goes, if
Is it
if
like
it's the four of you
the-
pulling it all together, it's not really that bad.
Is it the building that we are renting, or just a singular room?
It'd be the entire building, from what I know.
I mean, that's not a bad play.
Yeah, I would recommend that. Real quick though, Corey, hasn't Keela already rented like an entire warehouse building?
She does have a warehouse building.
But she's not here to confirm or deny that.
But we know that because
At least Wasp knows that.
I'd say only Wasp knows, because don't forget, Ignis is essentially just your back alley doctor. That's really good.
That's what I'm saying. Essentially, Wasp is the only person out of this entire group that actually knows. Well, actually, no. Ven would know. Ven would know also. She just all Naja's doing is, like I said, is just throwing out that there is that option.
Ven's gonna give a nod.
Also,
can you tell me how the option's different from what we've already got? Because I remember spending the first night in the warehouse.
No, you didn't.
Warehouse?
The first night you spent it in the cargo container.
Okay.
Ven's gonna go ahead and turn around and kind of leave in her own head, trying to get all the information straight, and go to that apartment complex that Nacho's mentioning.
Oi, Ven, hold off for a moment.
Why?
No
You know I
point
have
in
ADHD.
No point in wandering off and getting yourself in trouble.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Trouble follows you. You don't have a choice in that matter.
Let me see this real quick.
Ven's just gonna wave Ignis and then like leave the room.
He's just gonna follow after, not really trusting the location that much. He understands that the Mox are decent people, but he still doesn't trust them.
I want to investigate. I'm gonna investigate.
Yeah, and your investigations can either lead to fruitful outcomes or trouble. Often the latter.
It's better than me going to the court.
All right. So yeah, it's up to you guys at this point.
No, just putting my hair up.
Ven is heading towards the apartments that Najo was mentioning.
I'm following Vin.
Like, I'm gonna go back to the afterlife to talk to Sith about what we found.
Okay. Elle, what are you doing? Or Wasp, what are you doing?
He probably had to go get his food.
I think
Oh,
Frost's
okay, yeah.
consciousness has left his body. I mean, thank you, Pop. I'd say have Wasp go with Yuri, just for sake of progression.
Yeah, we could do that.
We can, yeah.
That way, he's just not standing there staring into the sky like a bug, staring into a fucking.
Yeah, we can do
light.
that. There we go. So. We have that going on. What are you two doing when you're going over there? Yeah.
Ignis and Vin, more or less, Ignis is going along to make sure Vin doesn't do anything to start trouble, and also examine the building to see if they would make substantially better housing containers at the moment. or how much effort would have to be put into them to make them better.
So,
Then would be probably trying to find the person in charge of the housing.
I mean, you're seeing a couple agents walking around, like real estate agents walking around, showing people some of the houses.
Okay. Ben's just probably gonna try to like grab one of the agents that seems to be alone and be like, "Is there any chance you can show me the one that people seem to be denying a lot?"
He goes, "Oh, of course, yeah. Come on, come see it."
And of course, Ignis is gonna follow.
And as he's taking you, he kind of explains he knows that the area is not that great, but the Mox seem to be pretty good at holding their territory as of right now, after the whole fight that they had with the Tiger Claws. The Tiger Claws seem to have come to an agreement with them.
It seems diplomacy can be made among the tigers.
He mentions that the house itself does need quite a bit of work. They've been trying to find a contractor to deal with it, but no one's wanting to pick it up because they feel like the area is cursed.
Cursed in what way?
He just laughs and kind of goes, it seems that people just keep getting sick whenever they're working on it.
No ghost.
Other than that, there just seems to be some issues with a foundation issue, but with the right person to deal with it, that will go away.
And how much would you be asking for this place?
This place, like, depends on what you're. I mean, technically, I don't care what you do with it, but
just renovation, making it sort of into a home/clinic for me and my friend. Well, friends, if they need to stay over.
just the one friend.
He goes, I mean, if you're planning on turning it into like a business or something, I mean, you're still gonna have to pay some business tax and everything, but if you're just looking for living, as he kind of looks at you and winks when he says it, he's like, living kind of thing.
Does Ven catch this?
Oh yeah, you both easily catch this.
Ven's gonna roll her eyes and say, "I see this man like a fucking brother."
He goes, it, from what I believe the market price as of right now is around 2,000. We might be able to drop it down to 150. And by 150, I mean 1,500.
Well,
and who we probably be to do that?
Ignis is going to basically try and do a persuasion. Well, you said it yourself, this place is cursed, and a lot of people don't want to work on it, so that would make finding contractors to help renovate this place a lot more difficult. Not to mention, and he's basically going to somewhat eyeball his map to somewhat get an understanding, and from what I can tell, it seems to be very close to the border between Tiger Claw and Mox, which would make it a lot more dangerous. So, maybe 1,250?
Roll that persuasion.
Would be a much better price.
Actually, no. Roll bribery.
Bribery?
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I suck in both.
Why didn't you let the talker do the talking?
I mean, I'm just pointing out stuff at this point. The talker can jump in anytime she wants.
Yeah, but it's too late now.
I am just going to say this outside of the game itself. I'm giving you guys options for an HQ. You have one person that has already bought a massive warehouse.
I'm sticking to character.
That is
because my
2,000
doesn't know shit about the warehouse.
I know. I'm talking about outside of this, like in general. You have one person that has bought a warehouse for 2,000.
That isn't cursed.
That isn't
Ven is
cursed.
gonna.
That isn't cursed.
And already
Ven-
has a gang to help protect it.
Ven is gonna step in and kind of be saying, we're not necessarily looking for living as much as a place to fall back to in this area of town.
He goes, well, that's the thing. It's still gonna be quite a bit. I'm still waiting for that persuasion roll to come through.
You mean bribery?
Or yeah, the bribery roll. Thank
I
you.
did not know how the heck it's negotiable.
Watch me fail this miserably.
One's across the board.
No, I think more like my fucking foundry crashes.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. Come on.
It's not even possible.
Yeah, it's not even close. He's like, yeah, but the thing is, there's still property here, and people are still willing to buy it, so I can't really give that away to you.
You say people are still willing to buy it, but then again, you also mentioned the fact that it's cursed and that the price has been dropping according to my sources.
He goes, yeah, and the thing is, though, there's still people that are willing to buy it. I mean, I have someone, or at least 2 people looking at it as it is. And there's a corporation looking at it, like a small corporation that's looking at it.
And how much are they bidding on it for?
He doesn't tell you. He just straight up doesn't tell you that answer. He's like, I can't tell you that.
Okay. Do you have the names of any contractors who will be able to perform any of the work?
Oh, so apparently Wasp is with us.
Oh, that's fine.
I've been away getting food. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, you can be there with them. I went over to meet up with
We were
Synth.
just not sure which way you were going to go, because Yuri went to see Synth, and the others went to go look at the apartment.
I made the joke of having you go with Yuri because nobody wants to just see you staring at the sun like a bug staring at a light.
Yeah, I will follow the lamp. Then I won't be there.
But yeah, so it's one of those. He's not budging. He's not budging. He's basically still saying he does have people that are willing to buy it.
You said there's a small corp, which means you probably can't even outbid that.
Probably not.
The thing is, the house is not on bid. It's one of those of whoever wants it will fully actually buy it.
Is there any chance we can go in and see what it looks like?
He just goes, yeah, come on in. And he unlocks the door. And you see...
And I think this would be a good opportunity to jump over.
Yeah. I'll just say, 1 second. But when you walk in, you see kind of like... You see a couple rooms. One of them seems to have like the roof caving in on itself. You see the stairs are kind of missing a couple steps. You know, stuff like that.
Honestly, not that horrible. I expected worse so far.
Yuri, what's going on that you're telling Synth? Or Yuri and Wasp, but what are you telling Synth?
I'm just gonna let him know that, well, I'm gonna be talking about what Ven and I discovered with Max and Leilani.
Okay.
Their side of the story of what happened. And then also, I'm gonna tell him of Leilani's speculation that Han and Flint were behind it.
As soon as you bring up Han and Flint, he goes, wait, really? You think they're behind it?
That's what Leilani said.
Well, Leilani didn't really get along with Han too well as it was.
Right.
That was just according to the information that we found on a little shard that Jonathan gave us.
He goes, but, I mean, if you have some sort of proof, I might be able to try and get a hold of them. I'm not sure if I can, but I might be able to. See if they have any information. But I doubt it. He's like, I'm always willing to give it a try, though. And he kind of just smiles and goes, is there any other information you got?
I'm gonna kind of nudge Wasp and be like, you want to tell him about the sewer?
Yeah, we were searching around for an access point, see if we could form some reconnaissance. Couldn't find an access point, but we did find like an underground elevator. It only went down, so I'm assuming that goes somewhere important. As far as that goes, we don't really know where it goes. We kind of bugged out to kind of regroup.
Is it probably smarter to pull back on that one? But maybe as a group, I would definitely think about going back there. If it's the area that we were talking about earlier, that could be some sort of experimental room or something. Maybe that's where they're creating the poison. I'm not sure. He kind of looks at you because it seems to be too close to the area that's being poisoned, and it seems to, if it's gonna be that close, and you know, there's close enough to the water and the water towers and everything that there's a good chance that could be what it is. If you could stop that, that'll help that whole area. Then again, you guys should know that. You probably already know that, but
yeah, that sounds useful. Thank you.
And now back to the other two. So yeah, you managed to see that type of shit. You see that, like, the garage itself has been basically fallen in on itself completely. You see the backyard is there is a backyard, and it would be big enough to extend the house.
If we wanted to buy it and say do any work on it, how much money would we be talking?
So outside of this part, if you're wanting to turn it into an HQ, you're having to pay the rent for it. Which, given how ramshackle and everything it would still be around 1,000. And then to upgrade it and everything else, you're looking at its own IP points. 100 improvement points. Which are going to be something completely different to the player's IPs.
I was about to make the joke up, so I'm guessing we're going to have to sink our own IP into it.
No.
So you said that the market price is 2K, but is there any chance at all we can get it for that 1.5?
He goes, I mean, it's open to talks for at least another 3 weeks before there's even somewhat considering of even dropping it. There's talks overall completely of just dropping the building completely and just turning it into a park.
No need to drop.
The market price, instead of renting it out, how much would it be just to outright buy it?
One sec. To outright buy. I have to pull that up. To outright buy, it'd be $35,000.
So we're looking at over 2 years of spending money on this.
That
Almost
is
3.
if you full out buy it.
What about renting to own?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could do that. It'd be $1,000 every month.
And if we paid extra on the rent, would it go towards paying it off completely faster?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is there?
Let me. Go ahead, Ben.
Is there any chance that if I can get you an answer by the end of the day, that we could go ahead and put the money down once the answer comes to, if we decide to go for it?
Because if you guys have a full answer and your whole, like, I'm assuming you're with a group, then he goes, then yeah, like that's up to you. If you guys can get back to me even later this week, that'd be fine.
And Ignis is going to basically send a message to the group chat saying, it's a bit cursed, in quotation marks, but I think I found us a decent place to at least be able to come back to and relax in.
But yeah, Yuri and Wasp, that you get a message across your phone saying that.
Message
Then
back.
we'll follow up with a message saying market price is 1.5 to 2K per month.
I want to see it first. I don't want to live in a dumpster.
And I'm just going to send the address.
Yeah.
Ben's gonna also chime in saying, texting in, it looks like shit, but definitely able to be worked with, that we can manage to bring it up.
Are we okay to decide this next week when
That's my
here?
plan. My plan is to fully decide it when Kayla gets back.
Okay.
I don't want to leave her, specifically due to the fact that this is a massive group choice. I want her to be here to do that choice.
It's just giving everybody. It's just giving everybody an idea of what there is, because more or less, well, not been Ignis. My bad. It's just Ignis pointing out potential options at this point, because a house is a house. It's gonna have its own rooms for everybody.
A house is a house, and as of, so I'm gonna let you in on this. If you're turning it into an HQ, you have 4 beds in that building to start. If you want more beds, so since there's 5 people in your group, you would have to spend the IP points on a housing improvement, which is 40 IP if I remember right, which is basically 1 session.
I find this funny. Ignis just sticks his head in. I'm claiming the garage.
Could one of the players perhaps seduce another player and sleep in their bed with them?
I mean, you could. You're both going to be uncomfortable, so you're going to have -2 to everything.
Oh, no. We will be the most comfortable.
No, you wouldn't.
I could just make the joke. I could just make the joke of Ignis doesn't sleep much at night, so Ven would be getting good sleep in the bed while he's just tinkering away at shit.
Then we'll text the group chat saying, where are you?
The afterlife.
On our way. Or at least I'm on my way. And she's gonna start heading towards the afterlife.
No, I literally died.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
You did not die.
I was murdered. No, you fell down.
I fell down the stairs. Oh no.
Bang, crash.
And I was thrown on the ground.
Jeez. But yeah, so, Elle, are you good to still go, or?
It's half an hour past. I've probably got to go to bed.
Okay, I was just double checking with you because I know you have work starting up soon again.
Yeah, well, yeah, I feel like I was a little bit rude, but the food came after when we normally stop, so I.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're absolutely okay. Like, if you need to leave sometimes and grab something, just let me know.
I do need to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
But yeah, if that is better, I'd rather just leave it at that moment where everyone just meets back up at the afterlife.
Everybody's in transit.
Yeah, everyone's in transit. Yeah. We'll show back up with everyone being at the afterlife.
Cool. I'll text Melina and let her know that we're going back there.
Alright. Yeah, like,
Stop what he's doing. Yeah.
It's fine. I just, like I said, there's that. So, thank you guys for playing. And please don't forget, whenever there's a poll in the poll channel, to please answer it. Okay?
Alright.
Alright. So, I will be back, guys. I'm gonna deafen myself. Alright. So, thank you. Thank you for everyone that's hung out. I know that it was quiet majority of this when it came to me talking to chat. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out. I really do. The VOD of this will be going up on the YouTube channel to continue with all this. So if you miss anything, you can check out the YouTube channel, do all that fun stuff. And yeah, next week we'll be back again, same time, same place. Later.
Thank you.